All right, Kenman here, and today is the day you would have lost that bet. Never thought we would get here reviewing a Benchmade Bugout on the channel today. What is up? Let's just get right into this thing. Long story short, this is KevinSmithandKnives Bugout. He won it off of a G-Ball giveaway a while ago. He sent me some of his knives to check out, review, share with all of you, then I'll ship them back. This is one of them. Here it is, the Benchmade Bugout. You've heard me give it some crap, give it some hell. Now we're going to look at one for real, and this is an actual primo version. Soak in that Damascus insert right there. Shut up, Kenman. Boom. Thank you, KevinSmithandKnives, for sending this Bugout out for us to review today. Thanks to G-Ball for having the giveaway and allowing it to happen and Kevin winning it. All right, here it is. Look at that. So this version of the Benchmade Bugout has what appears to be a titanium handle. We have that Damascus insert that's really, really cool looking. This looks like an aftermarket, like a Lynch clip type clip. It's got alien spaceship on there, some custom logo. S30V on that coated blade. Looks like that edge is just mirror finished. See that right there? Oof. Looks like it's going to be super sharp. Good looking knife. Ooh, I like the jimps on the back inside of there as well. That does feel good. I've handled some Bugouts before. Never a premium one like this. Not too bad. Generally, the Bugout was made to be a lightweight, light carry with the standard scales that come with. I have it tagged out with the light scales. We will look at that in a second. I prefer a heavier, beefier blade. So when they're light, it doesn't suit me as well. Everyone's different. What do you prefer? Lightweight, heavyweight, a little bit of both? I like a little bit of everything. Anyway, here we are. Benchmade Bugout. Good looking S30V blade. That coating on there is nice, and that edge looks very sharp. The Damascus insert is cool. I like the scales on here. Feels nice. It is the Benchmade signature axis lock on there. So there is no detent. You're going to be basically getting from the spring, from the Omega springs of that axis lock. Feels like it kind of pulls it in there pretty good. Action feels snappy. I've noticed I'm having issues on the close. The flick out seems to be fine. Thumb out is good. If anything, you see that it's kind of, I'm getting that right to like there at the end and not quite closing completely. Oops, maybe don't hit the table. Just having a little problem on that swing shut. Swing out. Oh, you got to kind of whip it a little harder to get her to swing out. I feel that some of the other companies out there have kind of taken the axis lock and improved on it a little bit. And now that they are able to, Benchmade was holding on to that. And I feel like they just didn't, not trying to talk down. My Tagged Out actually has pretty good action, but a couple of Bugouts that I've handled, another friend of mine has one that is his daily carry, and it kind of has this same kind of a thing where kind of struggle on the swing out and close. Just doesn't seem to be smooth as some other crossbar style locks. Okay, blade is centered nicely. This one does seem to be like maybe it was customized before the giveaway. If anyone knows any more information on this, feel free to comment. I know there's some different backspacers you can get for it as well. So feels good in the hand. I do like those jimps right there. No jimps on the blade. I always like more jimps. This is a no-nonsense, solid design user copied, or this is copying. This blueprint is very common. A lot of people will say it's a Bugout killer, or that's just a Bugout clone. And we're going to look at some of those in a minute here. Got the Benchmade signature butterfly on there. And then it does have S30V on that side. I'm not seeing any other writing anywhere. Blade is solid. No play at all. Other than the writing and the guy and the alien about to beam them up, that's the only other writing that's on there. That looks like it's a custom clip. Does feel good on the snap out. The only issue I'm kind of having is that swing close and that swing out with the axis lock there. What do we think? Who likes the Bugout? I know originally they made them to be super light with those scales, and people would get it because it was just that ultra light carry. I prefer them heavier. 7.5 end to end. 3 1/4 on that blade. You could say maybe 3 3/8 at an angle, but it's basically 3 1/4 inch blade. And 3 1/16 on the cutting surface with the slightest curve on the belly. 4 1/4 on the handle. I would say if I was going to get one, it would have to be something like this with those scales, that weight on there, just much better. Ooh, it's thin. 0.08. Wow. So 0.08, there is a little bit, this matte kind of surface kind of hides it a little bit, but there is a slight little swedge or relief cut right there. The 0.08 goes out to here, and then you've got the grind, nice little tip on there. A little sharpening choil, but no real choke up. You basically are stuck. Well, stuck. You're in a good spot holding it right there, but just doesn't have that choke up position. Some people prefer that. I personally prefer having a nice little choke up spot. 0.43. Thinnest spot in that finger area, 8.4. Outside of that, 9.2. 9.0 at the back. Thickest on the blade, 0.93. And the flashing, dying battery continues to live. Alright, can I swing this shot? Most of the time you can get pretty close. Not consistent. Maybe I need to turn that on there first there, Kenman. So yes, the actual Bugout factory is going to weigh less than this, I'm sure. I would say it's probably more on like the 1.6 or under 2 weight. But with these scales, we're looking at 3.2. We have the Drop Bear Compare, brought to you by Kaiser. Oops. 3.29 on the Drop Bear. So actually very similar. So let's get all the compares out just for the weight for fun. 3.3 or so on these. Drop Bear Compare right there. We have the Ozark Trail Grail, the $10 version, 274. We have the NAFS Lander 2, 2.9. Kershaw Iridium, 3.3. CJRB Hector, 2.38. CJRB Acacia. Man, CJRB's really going for the Bugout killers. They're all a little different, but they have a similar crossbar lock, and so, you know, got to go for it and show everything out there that's in a comparable range. This is a CJRB Bolt, a new one, 2.74. So yeah, a lot of them are a little bit lighter. This Bugout would be, I want to say they're like 1.6, 1.7 or something with the factory settings. Here's my tagged out. See, the tagged out's 2.12, a lot bigger, but with that light scale on there. 2.12. I bet you this is all a 1.7 with the factory scales. Comment below if you know that weight. Okay, so here we go. Premium Benchmade Bugout. We'll zoom in a little bit more here. All right, so the Drop Bear Compare brought to you by Kaiser. Kaiser's axis lock is the clutch lock. I think it's the best version of any crossbar lock out there. It just works. As you can see, the action on here. No matter what I do, it just bounces and drops correctly. It's hardly work. It's just effortless fun. It's a joy to kind of just be able to open it and close it. Look at that. Easy open and close. Flick, you know. That's how a crossbar lock should be. And look, this blade is solid. No play, no movement. That is dialed in champion. Okay. So it looks like the bug out is a 16th or so longer on that handle, probably almost the same, and the blade just the tiniest bit longer. We're talking just shaves of hair longer than your drop bear. And look at all those jumps. Come on, how could you go wrong with all those jumps? Here is the Ozark Trail Grail, $10. Look at the action on this one. Whoops, that was my fail. But yeah, for $10, Ozark Trail can make something with that kind of action on it. It's crushing that Benchmade Bugout. Almost the same handle, is a little bit longer on the Ozark, and the blade's a little bit longer. Ozark is bigger than the Benchmade, like the Benchmade is bigger to the drop bear. I mean, well, a little snap there, but I mean, I've been not trying very hard, and that just swings smooth. All right, we have the Kershaw Iridium. Same kind of deal. Action. Well, I'm kind of getting a little bounce there, but out and in, pretty simple. Maybe I'm struggling with the Iridium's second worst. Pretty nice knife, though. Very similar. Definitely bigger though, longer on the front and the back, that Iridium. I don't know if they're calling that a bug out killer or not, but kind of resembles. We'll go backwards through the CJRBs this time. This is the newest CJRB, the Bolt. So it has that crossbar lock, but it also has their recoil lock on the back. So you can squeeze that down like that, and now that crossbar acts just like a shark lock or a super lock. So let's just use crossbar like the bug out. Thumb stud, flick, close, open, close, open. I'm missing the thumb studs, if anything, on this one. But the crossbar style, solid. And there's a bigger choke up spot on this one. I like that a lot. Getting up in there tight. Some jimps as well. I prefer this one over a bug out. This is a bug out killer all day for me. About the same size. The Bolt. All right. Budget CJRB Acacia, the $30 bug out killer from CJRB. Same style crossbar lock. You've got a hole instead of the thumb studs on this one. Flicks out nice. Crossbar, boom, 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 right? Oops. Does have the choke up spot. And the Acacia is about the same size. Looks like, yeah. Blade's got a little bit more belly on the Acacia, and then you got that choke up area. Handle is about the same. $30 though. Come on, look at that texture on the scale. Pretty fun stuff. My favorite CJRB bug out killer right here. Jeez, don't fail me now. This is the CJRB Hector S90V Ultim. Gorgeous. Got that crossbar. Flicks out really nice. Here's the action on your crossbar lock. That is a bug out killer all day long. Same size. A little bit more belly. Does have the choke up spot. Wonderful little S90V on there. I picked this up Blade Show, Texas a couple years ago. Very happy with this knife. Really good stuff. But I'm hijacking this video here. It's about the bug out, but what about the bug out? The bug out is a staple. Everyone knows about it. They either love it, they hate it, they use it, they collect it. They have what people consider knockoffs of it. They're all pocket knives. They're all tools that we use and carry and enjoy. There's something different for everyone out there. Which one works for you? Which of these do you have? Which one's your favorite? which one is from another company that I didn't look at, and we could talk about that as well. Comment below. Do a little paper cut test. I don't know. This looks pretty fresh to me, so I'm gonna guess. Yeah, it's like going through butter. Oop, I let go of it. If you let go of the paper while it's going, yeah. Little curve, major curve there. Woof. That's a 9.5. I feel like there's almost, I've had some that just feel like they're just butter. This is a 9 out of 10. We could make it maybe a little bit sharper, a little bit smooth. I feel like there's just the slightest bit of drag, but that's not a bad thing at all. I still have respect for this. Am I going to buy a bug out? No. Oh, I didn't get my tagged out. My bad. So the tagged out is definitely a larger version. This was the first Benchmade that I ever purchased. Had it for a couple of years now. I don't mind it other than it's just too light. I need to get some upgraded titanium scales for it. These scales are cool. I like the look and the feel of them. I just wish they weighed twice as much. I mean, this weighed what, 2 point whatever. This weighed 5.5. It's a big knife. I want it to be weighty, heavy in my hand. That's what I personally prefer. But look at, here's my tagged out. Boom. So it's not like, you know, maybe there's just something with this one, but it's, I swear, it's every bug out that I've ever held doesn't have the same action that other crossbars do. Tagged out's a gorgeous looking knife. I dig it for sure. But heavier scales. Anyone know? What do we recommend? What are the scales that I should get for this thing? Comment below. Tell me about it. What do we think about butterfly tacks? Are they too expensive for what you're getting? That's kind of where I'm at with it most of the time. I feel like they could have lower prices. And this one here, they just it needs to be dialed in a little bit more. It swings, but I have to really work at it to get it to go. Not terrible. I could rock this thing. Anyway, all right. Thank you for tuning in, listening to my rant here. No hate, but everyone has different tastes. You're gonna find knives that you enjoy. What features do you like? What do you look for in a blade and a lock? Let's talk about it. Can't wait to see you on the next one. Stay sharp. We'll see you soon.